Good morning. It's DOiNKLES. This episode is going to be a little bit different than anything I've done before. I've been having some dreams about past events in life, and one of the dreams was one of my best friends was killed on Christmas Eve back in 2011, and uh it's still to this day I wish I could call him. But the story now is let's fast forward to 2016, and it was his little brother, and his little brother had just gotten out of jail, and I hadn't seen him in a long, long time, and myself was already dabbling in illegal activities. So what better to do than when you get your friend out of jail, or your friend gets out of jail you haven't seen in a long time? Let's get high. So we were running rampant for a couple days, and one night comes, and we were hanging out at this girl's house, and we wanted to leave. We wanted to leave and go get high, and we started walking around. It was so cold. It was the middle. It was like I can't even remember what the month was. I think it was like September in Idaho. It was cold to me. Um, and we were walking around, and I decided, hey, let's go. Everybody's asleep at this house that I'm staying at. A no substance house, which was a lie. But anyway, so we get there. It's like the middle of the night. We're both fixing up our little doodads. And before I did mine, my buddy did his, and he stood up, started talking to me, and then he fell over. He started going blue. He started overdosing, and he was a very big dude at the time. And hell, he just got out of jail. He's ripped. I couldn't do anything. So I started giving him CPR right there, and I had to wake everybody up in the house to tell them I had just brought somebody over who is now overdosing on drugs, and we have got to get this man into the car and get to the fucking hospital. So I'm giving him CPR. There's like five of us trying to carry him into a Nissan Altima. There's five of us in a Nissan Altima, plus him laying on the. I'm standing. I'm standing in the car, but between the two front seats, and I'm giving him CPR this whole fucking time. We have about 4 miles to get to the hospital, and it's 25 mile an hour everywhere we were at. And let me tell you, we were doing. I don't know how fast we were going, but I could hear that car just, and we never fucking stopped. And we pulled into the hospital, and I don't know who ran in, and they all came out, and they grabbed him, and they took him back, and he was out for a few days, and he came back. He came back. So I saved that man's life. And here's where it gets difficult. It was because that night we had his mom pick us up, and we were gonna have his mom drop us somewhere, and he asked his mom for some money, and she already knew what that meant, but she gave us some money anyway. And she started crying. She didn't want him to go. He'd just been out of jail. He'd been out of jail for like 2 days. And I looked her dead in the eye, and I said, Mama says he's going to be with me. Everything's going to be okay. Well, I fucking lied to her, but I kept my word. She could have lost two sons that night. And I don't care. I don't care who the fuck you are. I feel like if it was anybody else, they would have left him. They wouldn't have done what I did. He has a kid now. He's got a family, and he's alive. He's alive, and his brother was his brother was murdered, and I was supposed to be with his brother that night, but I wasn't even in the same state. So who knows? Maybe it was pure redemption. I don't know. But I saved his life, and it's a very strange feeling knowing you did everything right. But no, that's just something that's kind of just been on my mind, and I wanted to get it off, and I wanted to talk about it. I've just been having dreams. It's just been on my mind lately. And I'm not naming any names, but if you see this, man, I love you, and I love your brother, and I love your whole fucking family, and I'm proud of you, man. See you guys. Thanks for listening.